Welcome guys to the Meet Damian channel. I am Damian, and today's live stream here, we're going to be talking about what Donald Trump is up to in crypto again. Looks like he's a little bit busy one more time. Then we'll take a look at some of the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Binance, and some of these other cryptos. I'll be taking user requests as well. And we'll take a look at what's going on in the charts, why I think things might go in for a little retest to test out the lows to see if those lows really are the lows for the year. But yeah, let's get right into it. Here's the news for the day. The Trump family held talks with Binance. This article is coming from Cointelegraph here. The Trump family, they held talks with Binance. Binance reportedly reached out to the Trump family back in 2024, offering to strike a business deal as part of a plan to resume Binance U.S. operations in the country. Binance is one of the biggest cryptocurrency exchanges. It probably is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, okay? And bigger than some of the U.S. crypto exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken. Binance got in trouble the last couple of years, and their CEO actually his name is Changpeng Zhao right here. He actually got in trouble and had to serve some jail time, and I think that's one of the reasons why he came out to reach out to Trump. He's trying to repair his reputation and his company's reputation with the United States. So anyways, here, it goes on to say in this article that representatives of U.S. Donald Trump's family have reportedly held talks with Binance about acquiring a stake in the crypto exchange. Binance reached out to Trump's family representatives in 2024, offering to strike a deal as part of a plan to resume the Binance U.S. operations in the country. This is a Wall Street Journal reporting on March 13th. Citing sources familiar with the matter, the report mentioned that Binance billionaire founder Changpeng Zhao, who served 4 months in prison in the United States, has been pushing for the Trump administration to grant him a pardon. So this might be part of him trying to get a pardon from Donald Trump. So we'll see. He wants to continue doing business with America here. It is unclear what form the Trump family stake would take if the deal comes together, or whether it would be contingent on a pardon. World Liberty Finance is among the deal options here. According to Wall Street Journal, a potential opportunity could be a scenario where Trump takes the stake in Binance or proceeds with a deal through World Liberty Finance, that would be Donald Trump's company, a Trump-backed crypto venture that was launched in September of 2024. Trump has emerged as the first U.S. crypto president, launching his official Trump coin, meme coin, days before returning to the White House on January 20th. Similar meme coins subsequently came out for Donald Trump's wife, Melania, while Trump's son, Eric Trump, has been actively pushing for Bitcoin and crypto adoption. Cointelegraph approached Binance for comment regarding the report on the alleged deal, but they did not receive a response. Additionally, Binance executives anticipated a potential legal resolution in the Securities and Exchange, the SEC's civil case against Tron founder Justin Sun, who in 2024 announced a $30 million investment in Trump's World Liberty, jointly asked a U.S. court to halt his case with the SEC in February of 2025. Neither Sun nor any Binance representatives attended the first White House Crypto Summit on March 7, 2025. All right, so this I think it caused this bit of news caused Binance coin to go up a little bit. Let's take a look at the Binance coin, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin after that. Binance USD. Let's see. Yeah, so Binance coin, it's only up about 0.28% today. It went up a little bit further higher earlier today. It got as high as like $612. Right now it's currently trading at $571. That was enough for it to get pushed above this 21 EMA over here, and then that is getting rejected right now. It seems like no bit of good news in the crypto space is able to push any of these cryptos higher. which leads me to believe that some of these cryptocurrencies are going to end up coming back down to the lows that they made earlier in March here. Oh, I see Lisa's in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, Lisa. Yeah, so you know, with Binance, you know, that bit of good news came in, and all it did was just cause it to get rejected off the 21 EMA. Where could Binance go after this? Well, I got some previous chart work. Let me go ahead and clean things up here a little bit. And I'm going to turn on the VRVP because that usually tells me where the levels are at to be looking at for these coins. So we got the VRVP, these green and red bars over here, showing that the high volume node is currently, there's a high volume node currently at 569, which is pretty much where the price is at right now. I think Binance should be able to defend the $510 level. If not, then it's going to be a breakdown to lower prices, and we could see maybe Binance come down to this other volume node here at like 420 bucks. But there's not really that much support over there. It could end up coming all the way down, okay, to about $307, okay, according to this other high volume node here, where a lot of traders settle up at the $310 level here, okay. That's the bearish case, the long-term bearish case for Binance. Excuse me. Bullish case is we have to maintain this $570 level, but we could come down a little bit further to the lows that we made back here on Binance Coin, where we got as low as like $508 on what, 2 days ago. Okay. We do have some possible support over there. Okay, this would end up being a triple bottom because we already had a bottom here. This is a double bottom, right? We have a bottom here on February 3rd where we got down to 508, and then we came down to 508 one more time here on Tuesday, 2 days ago. And then what? I mean, if we end up coming down one more time and getting a bounce, right? It's going to look something like this, where we have like a triple bottom. So we have one bottom, two bottom, three bottoms. I mean, triple bottoms, they are possible. Okay. And then you want to see basically a V-shape recovery out of that, because if we come down here and we hang out near 510, 520, then you know, we're gonna probably end up losing that $510 level here, and then it's gonna be a long way down. Well, first stop will probably be the 410 level or 420 level. Okay, but you know, bullish case is that we actually, you know, looking at the VRVP. If we can get back to the point of control, which is kind of like where we're at right now, and we stay above that point of control, then you got a value area high that says that this coin could go up to this white line here at like 680 bucks, where we got a lot of volume at 680 bucks. So this coin could go up another 100 bucks from where it is right now, Binance coin. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin, let's see, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. All right. What is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is also kind of like flirting with testing the lows here. Okay, we have seen Bitcoin get as low as 76,555 a couple of days ago, and if we keep getting a few more red candles here, then I definitely see us coming back down to the $76,000 level one more time, just to make sure that it's actually support. You know, right here on the daily chart, we are closing below this red moving average. This is the 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average is at 83,551. I'm sorry, $83,634, which is where we started the day off. That's where the opening candle for Bitcoin was at 83,659, and we got as high as $84,000, $84,310, but we weren't able to stay up above there, and now we're coming back down, and it looks like we have to go ahead and retest that $76,000 level, unless we get some bullish news out of nowhere that's going to propel crypto and the markets higher. And I just don't see that, you know, with the way things are going, with Donald Trump doing tariffs left and right. and no one can get like a good hold on to like what's gonna happen next with Donald Trump leading the country for the United States, the #1 consumer nation in the world, the most wealthiest country in the world. We really can't get a good read on what Donald Trump's going to do next. And I think a lot of investors are taking money off the table right now, and they're just parking it in cash. They're putting it in stable coins. They're taking a break from crypto altogether, and even the stock market has been suffering as well. That's just my take on things. People are a little bit worried about what comes next even in the next few hours. We don't know what's going to happen next, with geopolitical tensions throughout the world. It would be nice if the wars around the world would come to an end, which we're on the cusp. They are talking about Ukraine and Russia having a ceasefire soon, so maybe that would get the markets feeling a little bit better about what's going on out there in the world, and maybe less spending on military and more support for the people of the countries that are involved here. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going off on a tangent here. I'll get back in the charts here. Okay. But yeah, the bearish case on Bitcoin here is that we do come down to $76,000, but if that does not hold, then you have the value area low here. You got another high volume node here at like $67,000 Bitcoin. Okay, unfortunately, if Bitcoin can't hold 76, then just flip those numbers, flip 76 to 67, and that's probably where we're coming down to on Bitcoin if we're not able to hold that level. So be on the lookout for that. We got to see Bitcoin start doing some bullish things here. The one thing that does kind of make me feel better about Bitcoin, I'm just going to get rid of the VRVP here real quick. Okay. I do see some bullish divergence trying to creep up into the charts here on the daily chart. So that does give me a little bit of hope here for Bitcoin. You can see that we have some higher lows being formed here. If we can just not break this trend line and just create another higher low, then that would confirm to all the professional traders out there that Bitcoin is actually in a trying to form a bottom here, okay, with the bullish divergence. In the bullish divergence, you can see that the price has already created lower lows here, okay, but we're getting higher lows on the RSI. So that is the one bit of good news that I got for the Bitcoin crypto bros out there with the way the price of Bitcoin is acting right now. Let's get into it with the other cryptos here. Let's take a look at Ethereum, and then we'll take a look at Ripple next. Ethereum is currently sitting at $1,854. Okay. Ethereum, let's see if Ethereum is doing the same thing here with the divergences. It's pretty flat on the divergences. You could say this could be an inverted head and shoulder pattern on the RSI, okay? But like I said, with Bitcoin, we want to make sure that we are creating higher lows here on the RSI. We don't want to go any lower than that, and then you can make a case that Ethereum is starting to bottom out here at the $1,800, $1,900 level here. All right, there is potential here, but the bearish case for Ethereum is that we're getting really close to basically retesting the lows here on Tuesday, where Ethereum got as low as 1754, and if we break past 1754, it's going to be a very violent, ride down. I mean, we'll probably first stop at $1,600. Might be the next stop for Ethereum, but then after that, I mean, we could come right back down to like low 1000s, like $1,100, $1,200 Ethereum. Let me just throw on the VRVP, see if the VRVP is saying the same thing. And the VRVP is saying that point of control is around $1,500. Okay, so $1,500, $1,600 should be where Ethereum goes if it's not able to hold 1,800 or 1,700. I mean, it seems very simple, right? If it can't hold 18, it's going to go down to 17. If it can't hold 17, it's going down to 16. But if it goes down below 16, it's going to be a sharp drop all the way down to like $1,200 or $1,300. Okay, and then you got the value area low is just sitting here at $1,000, like 1,025. So it could be very brutal and disgusting price action here if Ethereum's not able to hold where it's at right now. Okay, if Ethereum's in dire straits right now, to be honest. Okay, but it could be one of the best areas to buy in if we get this bounce. Okay, we're looking for a bounce. We're looking for a V-shaped recovery, and I've been saying this for a few days now here, but I'll keep on saying this. This is a very violent, sharp price action downward, which could then be followed by a very violent, sharp price action back up, and that would be a V-shaped recovery. If we meander near the lows here for like the next few days going into April, it makes me less bullish on Ethereum, and gets me starting to worry that Ethereum could break down and go to 17 or 16 or even lower. Okay, but that's using the VRVP to figure things out here. If Ethereum is able to become bullish for whatever reason, you know, it should come back up to this $2,400 level where it has a lot of volume at that level. And we'll just take it one step at a time. We want to see Ethereum get to 2,400 before we can start talking about it going to higher prices. But if it does go to higher prices, you have point of control sitting at 3,300, where you got a lot of volume at that level. Okay. All right. Moving on to XRP. XRP is also in dire straits as well with Ethereum, because XRP needs to hold this $2 level like it's holding on for dear life, because it's about to fall off a cliff right now. It's like pretty much on the edge of a cliff, and it's about to fall off if it goes below $2 here. Okay, and if it goes down below $2, then, you know, I've been saying this for a while now, but $1.50 looks like where we got some high volume. $1.40, $1.50 looks like the next stop for XRP if it does come down. You also have the daily 200-day moving average is sitting at about $1.63, so maybe it might get a bounce off that level if we come down on XRP. But yeah, I would put my stop loss. I mean, I was already in XRP earlier this week, and I already got stopped out. I had my stop loss at like $1.94, and I got stopped out on Tuesday here, where XRP got as low as $1.89. Okay, so it hit my stop loss, and it kept going down a little bit. But now we're getting a little bit of a bounce off. They're respecting this 100-day moving average, this blue line here, which is at $1.98, $1.96 here. And if XRP decides to come back down one more time, I expect it to try to bounce off that 100-day moving average one more time. You also got a high volume node here at $1.92, so I would put my stop loss right at $1.90, and if you know, if we lose $1.90, we could come right down to like $1.60 really quick here on XRP. Okay, we would like to see XRP get to higher levels here. The point of control is at $2.40. Did we get up to that level today? We got up to like 234, so almost there. Okay. But once we get past that $2.30 level, it should be like a really nice smooth ride up to basically $3 on XRP. Okay, we might get a little bit of resistance from right over here from the beginning of March when we got as high as like 296 for some reason. Oh yeah, we did actually hit $3 on Sunday, March 2nd here. But yeah, it should be a nice smooth ride getting up to $3 once we get past 240 on XRP here, Ripple. All right, we'll take a look at Solana, one of the other high market cryptocurrencies. Solana currently trading at $121.79. I told my friends and family and those who have been paying attention to my live streams here to basically get out of Solana at 180 bucks here. Once you know, let me just clean things up here. I'll get rid of the VRVP. Once Solana got below this 200-day moving average, which was sitting at $183, it's been nothing but bad news and straight down and to the right here on Solana. And we've been saying that, you know, Solana should get a bounce off the $110, $120 level, and that's pretty much where we got that bounce at like 112 bucks on Tuesday here. Solana tested that level, and that's basically I got that from looking at the VRVP one more time here, which I like using. Okay, if I zoom out on you know, Solana here, you can see that we have, you know, basically a high volume node here at $110. Okay, and we also have some volume here at $140. So like we're kind of in between the $110 and $140 level here on Solana with this VRVP action that we got going on here. If Solana continues being bearish and we lose that $110 level, then we could easily come down to, well, yeah, it'd be really bad. We could easily come down to like $60. That's the next volume node on Solana. So there could be a lot more brutal price action in store for these cryptos if they're not able to hold the lows that they made earlier this week. Okay, so I'm hoping that we can get a retest off these lows. I'm hoping that we don't even have to retest the lows, but if we do, it could get a little bit scary. I would put stop losses in. You know, on Solana, I put the stop loss probably at like $105, and then after that, you know, you're probably gonna lose even more money if it can't hold 105. Bullish case on Solana. We gotta see that V-shaped recovery. We gotta see Solana get right back up to the point of control, where we want to see Solana get back to like $144. Okay, that blue line right there. And then we'll just have to work from there. You know, then we want to see Solana get back up to the 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at like $183 right now. By the time it gets up there, it might be like 170 or 180, but we want to see Solana get back to those levels again before we can start being bullish on Solana. Right now, we're in bear market territory for a lot of these altcoins here, except for XRP. XRP is still in a bull trend, but it's now flat, and it could possibly surprise people in the future here and lose a lot of money for people. We'll take a look at Sui. I did a YouTube short on Sui and Solana as like which ones would be probably the best cryptocurrencies to get into, and it just so happens that Sui and Solana are basically at the same levels where you'll make the same kind of money no matter which one you get into if they can get right back to their all-time highs again. If Sui, right, which is in a falling wedge here, okay, if Sui can break out of that falling wedge and go up to the upside, I measured the upside here as you get like 136% gain on Sui if it could go from like $2.20 up to like $5.36 where it was at back in the beginning of January. That's the long-term bullish case on Sui, but let's zoom in a little bit, see where Sui's at right now. Sui is still in this falling wedge. Okay, I drew this falling wedge connecting the highs here and connecting the lows as well, and it just looks like Sui's just going to continue going down in this falling wedge until it actually breaks out. Okay, we would like to see Sui get support at the $2.20 level, where there's a lot of volume in that area. But it looks like we're currently losing that right now. We're about 10 cents below that. Could Sui come down further? And if it does, where would it stop? Okay, when does the bleeding stop? We would have to zoom out, see what the VRVP says. VRVP is saying that we got some more support here at $1.56. So if Sui continues losing, you know, if we keep going down on Sui, actually, we could break down to $1.56, but we actually have the point of control here. This blue line is currently sitting at like $1.74. So maybe in the short term, we're going to bleed down to like $1.74 before we finally get the bounce off to higher prices here. But I'm anticipating on a lot of these cryptos a bounce in the near future, within the next week here. Way things are going. If not, then, you know, it's probably gonna be a very sharp drop down. It's gonna be maybe something's gonna occur in the news. You know, if you read the charts, it kind of tells you what the news is going to be. And if we start seeing us losing these levels here, for SUI, if we lose $1.74, and then this $1.45, $1.50 level, then then it probably means something really bad is going on in the world, or something really bad is going on in the cryptocurrency space here. But yeah, bearish case on SUI, like I said. We could come down to $1.75. Then we got more support at $1.40. And then after that, it's just going to be... It's going to be scary. Maybe a little bit depressing at the same time. And then the bullish case is that if we can bounce out of this falling wedge, the way you do the measure move on the falling wedge is you measure from the top here of the falling wedge to the bottom of this baseline here. And then you take that measured move, you put it to right over here, okay? Where we could possibly break out of SUI. And, it's saying that, SUI could get it back to like $3.50. So my short-term bullish target on SUI is about $3.15, okay? Which would put you right above this 200-day moving average. That would be nice to see, because once you get above the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at 295, you can be bullish again on SUI. Alright, I'm getting some notifications there on Discord. Let me see what's going on over here. That right there, this is my Discord, guys. You can find me, Meet Damian, Discord. I post up when I'm going live. I put the YouTube link here. You can see some of my thumbnails, and I post some videos, some YouTube shorts here as well. You can come on and join the Meet Damian server to interact with other people and interact with me as well. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me. I'm just gonna exit out of Discord for now. All right. Okay. Pretty dead in the chat here. Anybody have any particular cryptocurrencies they want me to look at, or are we just done with crypto now? We can talk about other things. We can see what's going on in the news, or yeah. Let's take a look at Cointelegraph. See if there's any other news here in crypto. I think I actually I heard some news that Donald Trump is going to try to get rid of taxes for anybody that's making less than $150,000 in the United States. So that should be good for a lot of people. Like 93% of people out there is what I've heard. Let's see. We already talked about Trump and Binance. Bitcoin price has fallen down, even though inflation actually came down this week. We got some good reports that inflation's coming down, but that wasn't good enough to get the markets to go up higher. Yeah. Let me see if I can type in no tax Trump. Yeah, take a look at this, guys, here. No taxes if you earn less than $150,000. Donald Trump's plan, okay? Donald Trump's goal is to eliminate taxes for people earning less than $150,000 per year, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said, okay? He says that I know what his goal is, no tax for anybody making under 150 grand a year. That's what I'm working for. Oh my God, I get all these ads. He said that major tax cuts could be implemented without causing, spiraling national debt through tackling overseas tax fraud. Okay. So that's the bit of good news that we heard. And like I said, around 93% of Americans aged 15 and over earn less than $150,000 according to the U.S. Census Bureau. So this would benefit basically every single American out there, 93% of them, if they can get this to pass. It'll be very tough to see if the Democrats are going to try to prevent that from happening. We'll see if the rest of the Republicans are actually going to get on board with that as well. But yeah, let's get back in the charts here. We'll take a look at the S&P 500, and then we'll look at the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. S&P 500 on a daily chart. S&P 500 is also having a bad week as well. Look at this, huh? Okay, these red candles here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ever since beginning of Monday here, you know, S&P 500 lost the 200-day moving average, that red line, and a lot of people are losing money in the stock market and losing their retirements right now. Because look, you know, we topped out here around February 19th. We saw the Dow Jones as high as, I'm sorry, the S&P 500 as high as 6,147. Jeez, let's see. What? Let's measure that out. Okay. How far down are we? We lost about 10%, so you can call this a correction in the S&P 500. We got VRVP, point of control. A lot of people traded and settled up around 6,050 on the S&P 500 here. If S&P 500 continues going lower, right, we got some more volume here. We could possibly see 5,300 get defended here on the S&P 500, or maybe even like 5,200. But we are losing that daily 200 moving average here. Let's see if I go to the weekly chart here for the S&P 500. Yeah, could be a very sharp drop down to 5,106 here on the S&P 500, where you got the 50-day, which could provide some support. Okay, so I mean, I'm sorry, the 50-week moving average. The 50-week moving average for the S&P 500. All right. So it's not just crypto. It seems like everybody's losing money, and you can blame this administration and the White House for not giving a damn about people losing their retirements. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to the Dow Jones here. Dow Jones Industrial Average is having a bad week here, down 4.6% this week. The Dow Jones's 50-week moving average is currently sitting at 38,500, so that's a good support level if we continue losing on the Dow Jones here. Let's look at the daily chart here. You can see that we lost the 200 moving average on the Dow Jones, so you can see that, you know, we've been in a bull trend for the longest time, and we haven't lost that 200-day moving average up until March of this year. Okay, we've been in this bull trend ever since October of 2023. So we had a really good 2024, but it's not looking like that for 2025. Okay, especially after losing the 200-day moving average. I would call that the beginning of a bear market. Okay, most bear markets is when you're down more than 20% from the recent, you know, all-time high or the most recent significant high, and we're only about 10% below that here on the Dow Jones. But you know, another 10% and you're gonna be hearing people talking about bear market, right? If we go down to like if we go down to Dow Jones 36,000 points, yeah, people are gonna call that a bear market for sure. Okay, so the Dow Jones is flirting with going into bear market territory as well. We'll see. We'll move on to the NASDAQ here. And if you guys have any stocks you want me to look at, since we're looking at the stock market world here, by all means, tell me what stock you want me to take a look at here. We're looking now at the NASDAQ, which is a lot of technology companies are in the NASDAQ. And you can see the NASDAQ is also losing the 200-day moving average as well. So you got the NASDAQ, you got the S&P 500, and you got the Dow Jones all below their 200-day moving averages, down 10% or more. That's a correction, but could it lead to a bear market? We gotta see another 10% drop in these indexes before we can consider that a bear market. But you know, if the NASDAQ could get a V-shaped recovery and get above the 200-day moving average, I would be bullish on the NASDAQ again once we get above like 18,410. Which is where the 200-day moving average is sitting at, that red line. And then we'll have to see where we go from there. Okay. But not looking good in the markets overall, and because the stock market is not doing so well, that's bleeding into the cryptocurrency space. It's another reason why the cryptocurrencies aren't doing so well either. Let's take a look at CoinMarketCap.com to see if there's any cryptos that did well today. and then I will probably end the live stream on that. Okay. Okay, so we're at coinmarket.com. Fear and greed index is at 21. We did see it in like the teens, so we are kind of recovering right now in the fear and greed index. Yesterday it was like, yes, yesterday it was at like 19, extreme fear. We've seen it get down to 15 on March 10th, about 3 days ago. And usually when we get down this low, it's usually a good time to buy, so I'm not sure what that good bit of news is going to be. Maybe it's going to be, you know, Russia and Ukraine get along with each other or something. I really don't know, because I thought inflation this week coming down was going to help the markets, but that's not really helping the markets. All right, but yeah, getting back into cryptocurrencies here. Let's see who did good today in the top 100. You have Sonic Coin up about 7.6%. Stellar up 5.2%, and Pax Gold up 1.7%, Tether Gold up 1.8%. That's not good. If the cryptocurrencies that are tied to gold are the only ones that are going up, then that's not good for the rest of the cryptocurrency world here. And they're only up about 1.8%. Everything is pretty much down except for Stellar and Sonic. Alright, I'm not sure why Stellar and Sonic are up, but they're up. XRP was up earlier, but we talked about that. They were up and then they came back down. And then after that, it's like mainly a lot of red in cryptocurrency world here. All red. Okay, let's see who actually had a good week the last 7 days here. Celestia. Celestia seems to be the one to be in. The only one that's up 11% or double-digit percentage points here in the last week. Everybody else is in single digits or lower. But yeah, let's I actually want to take a look at the price of gold, because the price of gold is actually getting close to hitting $3,000. We gotta take a look at that, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about other things besides cryptocurrencies, guys. If you don't want to give me some some requests here. I know it's hard to look at the markets now, but there's a bull market somewhere. There's a guy called Jim Cramer. He's always saying that. Let's see. Typing gold. There we go. Let's see. Gold is at $2,983. Okay. Very close to hitting $3,000. Gold is at all-time highs. And the reason why I want to cover gold, guys, is I want to give you an idea is like what the general sentiment in the markets right now. Whenever the price of gold is up, that means a lot of people do not see any opportunities out there besides putting their money in gold. Okay? Because usually gold doesn't do well when the markets are doing well themselves. Okay? So that just goes to show that there's a lot of fear out there, a lot of anxiety. People don't know what's going to happen next, and they're putting their money into gold right now. So if you got some gold, you're doing pretty good right now. Gold is at its like I said, new all-time high. I don't think gold's ever been this high before. $2,989 is how high it got earlier today. Let's see, yeah. And I could give you an idea as like how high gold could possibly go if I get rid of the VRVP and I do a Fibonacci analysis here. I mean, just look at this, right? Gold on a bull run ever since November of 2022. And I'll do a Fibonacci analysis real quick here. 2,989 all the way down to the lows here at what, $1,600 here for gold. And we can see where the 1618 Fibonacci is going to take us to. 1618 is saying that gold could possibly get up to $3,800. I'm not sure if that's going to happen later on this year or next year, but could be in the future. Could be a year or two from now, 3 years from now. Okay, but you got gold climbing up, and you got the Fibonacci 1618 saying $3,800 gold in the future here for the price of gold, for an ounce of gold. All right, let's take a look at the silver, and then I'll be out of here, guys. Because if gold is doing well, that probably means silver is doing well as well. And yeah, I mean, silver near the highs for the year. We've seen silver get as high as $34.26 on October of 2024, and right now it's currently at $33.80. And it's been in the bull run ever since. And then we can just do a Fibonacci analysis on that one as well, measuring from the top at $34.80 down to the bottom here at $22. And the 1618 is saying that you can see silver get up to like $42.58, and I believe that's possible, because if I zoom out to a weekly chart, I think it's already been that high. Yeah, you got silver here getting as high as like $48 in 2011. So could silver possibly do that? Yeah, I think so. And you got this Fibonacci analysis saying that it could get up to like $42 in the near future here. So sad as it is to say, it seems like gold and silver is where it's at right now. It's the only bull markets to be found in in the worldwide market out there. Not even the stock market's doing well. Jeez. But guys, that's going to be it for today's live stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Good luck and whatever you decide to do for your investment strategies here. I'll take a look at Bitcoin one more time. Bitcoin is actually higher than where I started this live stream off at. Currently sitting at $80,800. But just a review and a recap on Bitcoin. You know, I could see Bitcoin coming down and retesting the lows that it made on Tuesday here. We could come back down to $76,000, and if that doesn't hold, then we could probably come right down to $67,000. Okay, so that's the bearish case for Bitcoin. Bullish case on Bitcoin is we get above the 200-day moving average, which is currently sitting at 83,600, and then we gotta just keep on climbing up higher. Probably get up to we're at the $96,000 level before we get some significant resistance, but we might even get some significant resistance at $90,000 for Bitcoin, where you have the 100-day moving average sitting at, and I believe you got some, if I turn on the VRVP, you got some, probably some, yeah, right here, you got like the value area low at 91,000, so $91,000 Bitcoin, probably going to be the next area of resistance if we do decide to get bullish here. So you got like pretty much a bracket. You could get Bitcoin probably between $75,000 $76,000, or you could possibly be selling it at like $91,000, but right now we're kind of hanging on tight at $80,000 Bitcoin, but I do see us coming down, probably retesting the lows at $76,000 as the bearish case here. And then, you know, if we don't come down, then I would like to see us get above $83,000 and at least stay there and kind of give us a breather and reset the oscillators here, and so we can start making a move back up to like $90,000 Bitcoin again. Okay, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out, and look for me on my next live stream. I'll probably around 5 p.m. East Coast time. Take care, guys.